On solid 100.9 FM. We're reaching you from 10B 70% GRA here in Enugu. Just this August, the governor of Enugu State had visited a local government in Enugu State a record 3 times. It was like a back-to-back visitation. And it caught the crew of Freedom Square wondering, why has the governor decided to visit a local government in 1 month 3 times? And they were not for leisure, they were not for pleasure, they were for official assignment. Very serious official assignment. And when I checked, I discovered that apart from Lion Building, that local government is the most visited local government by the governor. And it is not just a kilometer away from Government House. It's miles away from Government House. So for a governor to do that consistently would mean there's something special about that local government. It also would mean there's something happening. And it's not about conflict. It's not about war. It's about progress. It's about development. It's about commissioning. And that local government is Nsukka local government in Enugu State. And we said, look, let's call the local government chairman. He's been a regular guest here. But we got worried. We said, let's call him. And he obliged us, like he will always do. And so in the studio with me this morning is Engineer JUDE ASOGWA, Knight of St. John International, who, of course, before he assumed the position of chairman of Nsukka local government, had done several things in the engineering field, but most importantly, he organized the Organiru group in Enugu. It was a formidable group. And one of the things people do not know is about leadership. Ability to put together a group, manage them successfully, and midwife them to a project that is conclusive, like the election of the governor in 2023, is not a small achievement. Our people do not recognize that management of human beings, human resource management, is more fundamental than even material management. Because when you manage people well, they manage material. So, Mayor, good morning. It's always a pleasure to have you here. You see, you are becoming the envy of other people. One is happy the government, and I know the protocol involving the governor visiting the local government. Talk less of visiting it back to back. Yeah. You know. So, what is special about Nsukka local government?
Well, thank you, sir. Good morning, Enugu. I want to, in a special way, thank His Excellency Barrister Dr. Peter Ndubisimba, a professor of governance, for his visit to Nsukka, for his love. The visit is born out of love he has for Nsukka. It's born out of commitment he has for Nsukka. So we're not taking the visit for granted. And as you rightfully said, he visited us 3 times within 1 month. And all the visits were an official visit. The first visit, he came to flag off Nsukka International Market. That Nsukka International Market is so significant to us because when they were about building the bus terminal, some part of the market were demolished for them to build the bus terminal. But as God may have it, His Excellency demolished some part of the local market and is coming down to Nsukka to flag off an international market. You know, it's just a blessing in disguise, because some people were protesting, why are they demolishing some of our local market? And today, a 5,000 capacity market, international market, the foundation has been laid by His Excellency, and he do promise that in 5 months' time,
that market will be standing. And as I speak to you, the work is ongoing on the site. They're rounding up the clearing and cutting away in that site. It's about 20 hectares of land. So, and people might be wondering, why are we calling it international market? We call it international market because, one, just like what His Excellency said, that is going to have all the facilities that is accrued to an international market. Secondly, that international market is just some kilometers away from Ogrugu Jetty. So with the speed with which His Excellency works and his commitment, we believe that by His grace, if that jetty is dredged to a seaport, what it means is that an Nsukka man can go to any part of the world and buy his goods, put it in a container, ship it down to Ogrugu seaport and bring it into international market. So what His Excellency is trying to do for us, what he's trying to help us as a local government do, is to open Nsukka to the global stage. So that was his first visit, and we thank him. And that same day, he also commissioned a road project done by my local government.
I was going to ask you about that because apart from doing the other one, there was some commissioning he did.
Yes, he commissioned. There is a road we reconstructed. That road is a ring road and is very, very important to us because it leads to the seat of power in Nsukka local government. That road starts from School of Nursing through Nsukka Government Field. That is the stadium. You through the INEC office, the DSS office, police station, Adada, road safety head office, Nsukka local government secretariat, down to prisons, and you come out to Tuta roundabouts. It's like a ring road. So, and when we came on board, we felt that if you don't have road leading to your office, how will you now get to the office and sit down and plan well on how to give other people road? So he commissioned that road for us that day, and also have an interactive sections with some of our stakeholders, our brothers that were in other political party who came back because of what His Excellency is doing. We felt that it's necessary that we discuss. He had audience with them where they all praised His Excellency, mentioned some of their concerns, and also assured His Excellency that with the speed he's going, that there is no need for an opposition. That is why they say let them honorably have interactive section, and assured him that they are together. So it was a very marvelous outing, and you could see the love our people showed to His Excellency that day. Starting from OP Junction, you see the people crowd welcome him. Some were at Gige Market, some were at Denibo, some were at Barras Junction. Then in that particular venue, you could see the crowd there. So we had over 10,000 people all waiting to receive His Excellency to do a flag off of Nsukka International Market.
Yes, Chairman. Before now, the entire senatorial zone had come together to say that there is no vacancy in Lion Building.
Yeah.
Then when the governor visited Nsukka again, now your local government in particular, why was it necessary for them to do that same endorsement that they have done before?
No, what we did was just reassurance.
I know. So they were overwhelmed by.
They were overwhelmed by what His Excellency is doing to us. I make bold to tell you, you know, sometimes I see His Excellency as somebody that his own style of governance is just a service to humanity. You understand? We are just reassuring him out of joy that there is no vacancy. How can we have vacancy in government house from Nsukka local government, where His Excellency within 2 years has put down 20 smart schools in Nsukka and 102 in the zone, 20 type 2 hospital and 102 in the zone, the 44.1 kilometer OP Enugu road, is getting serious attention. That road, while they were constructing it, His Excellency applied that road and saw some potholes. You know what he did? He told the contractor that he really needs to fill in those potholes. That is act of love. Somebody will just be like, okay, I've given that contract. So whenever they finish, they start applying that road. So we cannot have vacancy for Lion Building. Okay, if you see His Excellency program in health, you should know that for His Excellency to pick an Nsukka son to be the Commissioner for Health in Enugu State, it's not a child's play. You know, so he has shown us love that at some point you begin to wonder the kind of how he's wired, because he shows us that he just like what he said, that no part of the state, that is the governor of every part of the state. So what we are doing in Nsukka now, and why it looks as if maybe he's visiting or his eye is in Nsukka, is because when you look at your boss and you know where he's going, the only choice you have is to complement. So we as a local government, we are doing everything possibly to at least go towards his direction, because no one can meet his speed. The speed is like a speed of light. A government within 2 years that is doing simultaneously over 2,000 projects, just day before years or thereabout.
We're gonna come to that. That's a whole story.
You know, so
that's a whole story.
Yeah,
that's a whole complete story.
Yes,
we'll come to that because something's happening in Enugu as we speak.
Yes,
and we're going to devote some sizable time.
Yeah,
I saw you visibly around during the commissioning.
Yes,
so we're gonna come to that.
Yeah,
you call him professor.
Yeah,
you consistently, and they're the only one that I know calls Peter Mbah professor.
Yeah,
why do you call him professor?
Yeah, I call him professor because to me, before one becomes a professor in a field, you have to go through some processes, you know, graduate, do your master's, do your PhD, start publications, then before you become a professor. And not only that, I call him professor of governance, but he's a senior professor for that matter, not just a professor, because it is so surprising that in 2 years' time, a government is carrying out projects that sometimes when you look at the project, okay, let me give you an example. 3 days ago, some people came from government house down to Nsukka. They are putting up some security installations to make sure that the whole state is covered. So while the security project is going on, education is going on, medicals is going on, health is going on, construction, infrastructure, okay, imagine, since last week, the whole hotels in Enugu State is booked. The whole hotels is booked in Enugu State because of MBA conference. These are things, there are some things that will begin to happen in academic field. There's a research, you are an academician. There's a research you see, you say, no, this is a professor's work. There's one you see, you say, no, this is just a postgraduate. So when you look at His Excellency governance, you know he's a professor of governance that can do that. He's not only doing infrastructure, but the way he's positioning Enugu State before the globe is highly commendable.
Okay, before I go to other things, let me stay on the same lane.
Yeah.
On the 14th of this month,
yeah,
the governor again was at Nsukka.
Yes.
And he commissioned bus terminals. He did the first in Holy Ghost and headed to Nsukka.
Yeah.
And he came back to do Abakwa.
Yeah.
But for you,
yeah,
what does the Nsukka terminal mean for you?
Yeah, for me, you know, I've said it before now. Nsukka terminal means a lot because they have added value to our local government. If you have come around, you know, some people, it depends on their analysis. If you come from a business constituency, you should understand that any investor that is coming into a place, there are some things he needs to check out. There are some parameters you need to use to check out some things. What are their transport system? What are their health system? What are the population of people here? Can business thrive? What kind of investment have been put into this place? So if you are as an investor, you come down to Nsukka and you see that the Nsukka have a bus terminal. That is some billions of nairas project. You should know that for government to put that kind of investment in that place shows that there is prospect in that local government, and you will not hesitate to do that. Just a few days ago, I had some people from Thailand that came around, investors. They came around and said they want to do some investment. We had some discussion, fruitful discussions, and I took them around, and I also took them to international market. I showed them around, and I made them understand that not only that Nsukka is the host of University of Nigeria, Nsukka is now having a very good bus terminal. So the transport system of this local government is very sound. Then we have started an international market. So to us as Nsukka, and to me, I am very, very and extremely happy for what His Excellency have been doing for our people, and I thank him in a special way. That is why we said in 2027 there is no vacancy. Okay,
I have something again I want to speak to.
Yeah.
There was a time going to Nsukka was a better challenge.
Yeah.
Right before you start a car to go to Nsukka, you give an offer that 20 times.
Yeah.
You will need to ask God, can I go to this Nsukka and come back?
Yeah.
Because of the security challenges. Today, people wake up, nobody fears. In fact, I will mention my friend.
Yeah.
He just in the village with his entire family.
Yeah.
They all came from wherever they came. And this morning, he just showed the picture where they were running around.
Yeah.
You know, in his own particular area in Nsukka.
Yeah.
I said, okay, how did you go? Ask me, so what has happened to the security? What has Peter Mba done differently in managing the notorious, dangerous road from going to Nsukka? That before they say every day. In fact, there was time there was kidnapping back to back every day, but nobody hears about that now.
Some states came to Enugu to understudy the Command and Control Security Center in Government House. What His Excellency has done, if you are going to Nsukka now, apart from the technology on ground, if you are here with a police checking point, if you look, you'll be sighting the next police checking point. It is just like that at interval until you get to P Junction. Not only that road is covered, the whole inside the bush, there is people on constant pin down. So the bush is as safe as that road. And who can do that? It's only a professor of governance that can do that. Because sometimes I see some people will just try to, criticize what His Excellency is doing. But I always tell my team that we have we have this slogan that we are too focused to be distracted. One is that not everybody will like you. But what we always preach to people is that even if you don't like His Excellency or you don't like JUDE ASOGWA, like and support the right thing he's doing. Because after all, Jesus died and so many people don't even believe that Jesus ever existed. So we are not no more pushing more on you liking the person, but at least say the truth, face the truth, like His Excellency for what he's doing. Because if you look at it, it looks as if apologies, it looks as if Enugu State just started 2 years ago from every indication. So what His Excellency is doing in security is wonderful. Just like what I told you of the installation going on. This is security, this thing is not something we need to. But I want to assure the Nsukka people that with the help of His Excellency, Barrister Dr. Peter Ndubuisimba, the Professor of Governance, that the zone and the local government is safe. By extension, the zone. We as a local government on our own capacity, we have over 520 neighborhood watch. What we did is that we made sure that each community, we have 52 communities, each community have 10 neighborhood watch, being paid and serviced by the local government. Because sometimes this security is everybody's business.
Yeah.
It's everybody's business. And the truth of the matter, ever since we engaged these people, the rate of crime inside Nsukka town have dropped drastically. That is to say that at least the impact of what we are doing is showing, and that we are also doing that to complement the effort of His Excellency, Barrister Dr. Peter Ndubuisimba.
Okay, yes. Just a couple of days ago, is it 2 days ago, 3 days ago?
Yeah.
I keep saying this is a red cap somewhere in Enugu. And I said, has Jude relocated to Enugu? And you were visible during the commissioning of the constructed Hotel Presidential.
Yeah.
Jude, you know that each time I go to Lagos and I see Airport Hotel in Lagos, and I come to Enugu and see Presidential Hotel, I kind of shed some tears. I was in Port Harcourt and I visited the Presidential Hotel in Port Harcourt. I came back and I saw a carcass, what was left of Hotel Presidential, and it had been like that. Actually, my wedding took place in Hotel Presidential.
Wow.
In 1996,
Yeah.
the Federation Hall. That was the best place then to have a wedding. There was no other place.
Yeah.
Wanted to have a society wedding is in Federation Hall of Hotel Presidential.
Yeah.
And people had forgotten. People thought it was gone.
Yeah.
Just 2 or 3 days ago, this came from the 360 turnaround.
Yeah.
And not that it's been rebranded. It looks like it was upgraded.
Yeah.
It looks like you were visible. What is the impression? How do you describe a man who has done this?
That is just like what I normally say, that His Excellency is wonderful. You know, sometimes I look at him and I call him Lagos big boy. You understand me? Yes. Because it's only the word I mean by big boy is one. His sense of reasoning is above board. Some people are always clannish in reasoning. After all, it's not my project. Why will I go and do it? It's Michael Okpara that did it. Let me go and do a fresh one and name it Pitamba. His Excellency is not wired that way. So that is why we're always close to him to learn more, because he's an institution. I really want to tell you this. The Excellency is an institution. If you look at what he has done, he's not only trying to leave a legacy for Ndi Enugu, he's also trying to make sure that he brings back those legacies that people that came before him left that are degenerating. You always want to bring it back to life. So it's like he understands that this is the governance have a very big platform where everybody can operate. Look at the International Conference Center. He was not the initiator. It was the former governor, Senator Chimaroke. He was the initiator. But he came back. He brought it back to life. And today, because of the event going on there, even, do you know the funny thing? That presidential hotel that we are commissioned that 2-3 days, as we were commissioning it, they're all fully booked too. When His Excellency was inspecting it, if you notice, it was like 2-3 rooms that were allowed to inspect. Other rooms are already filled up with people, as the people have booked the rooms and have collected their keys, waiting to check in immediately after the commissioning. That is what His Excellency have been doing. It's not only, okay, let me tell you something. He came to Nsukka, you know, and at the course of discussion, the second visit, that before that a bus terminal, at the course of the interaction, so he was trying to explain to the people that they, apart from this smart school he's building, that are going to also build a GTC in every federal constituency. And you know, governance, sometimes you need to be smart and you need to be proactive. Because of that, we too, we know there's a road passing that GTC leading to other 2 smart school and 2 tattoo health. We too, we quickly had to flag off the road and start doing it. So because we had to tell him, Your Excellency, we have started doing the GTC road in preparation for your this thing. Yes. He laughed and he said, no problem. And then he assured us that once that with GTC Enugu, they are coming down to build that GTC Nsukka. And you know what GTC means to our youth? You know what GTC means? That when you are going to school and you have some skills you learn. So that is just how big His Excellency is in his programs and is what he is doing for Ndi Enugu. So I thank him for that hotel presidential. We are happy. At least wherever Michael Okpara is, he will be happy. At least that his projects some people will start asking, this presidential hotel, is it Peter, His Excellency that built it? They say, no, it was Michael Opara. His Excellency came back and rebuilt it. You see, he's trying to connect the past to present. Somebody was telling him that the former deputy governor of Enugu State, Sondo Nyebuchi, said in his remarks that it is not only that you are not only bringing tomorrow here, you're also resonating yesterday to today. To me, it was a very big statement, if you really understand it. Bringing, reawakening the past to present and bringing the future so that all of them will function at a go to have a very fruitful result. So we can't thank him enough.
Okay, let's stay again on the bus terminals.
Yeah.
I'll tell you why you would stay on the bus terminals.
Okay.
A friend of mine came from Benin.
Yeah.
We'll talk about the conference going on. It's a whole subject.
I know.
So the guy is also attending the conference.
Yeah.
When he called me, saying he was coming, and before I got to that, so he came to this studio. So I would go around Enugu. He just said, the city is very clean.
Okay.
Anyway, from my house to here, and when I picked him up yesterday, he didn't see a pothole anywhere.
Yeah.
He didn't run into any pothole.
Yeah.
He didn't see one.
Yeah.
From here to my house, he didn't see a pothole. So when we came out this morning again, asked me again, who is that your governor? Says Peter. Said, he has gone to Opera Square. I said, okay, just don't bother. Now take Keke from here, go to Opera Square. When you come back, you now talk to me because you haven't seen nothing yet.
Yeah.
Now, when I talk about the bus terminal, because he dropped at 4 corners, he didn't come to. I told you if he had gotten to Gariki, he would have just had a bus ride.
Yeah.
And they conditioned Wi-Fi. He said no, it's not true. So now I asked him, please make sure you enter the bus.
Yeah.
Go and get your ticket and enter it. Say Wi-Fi. Where? I said, let me not sit until you do that.
Yes.
Now, see the bus terminal. You saw the rates.
Yeah. Yeah.
You saw the ease of doing business.
Yeah.
You see that I could board a bus from about coming to Nsukka.
Yeah.
And browse.
Yeah.
Not only by journey condition, I also be browsing, doing my work.
Yeah.
Now take a holistic look at the correctness of the bus terminals and speak to them. What is it doing for Enugu economy? What is it doing for the image of Enugu?
Yeah.
How does that relate to disruptive innovation?
Okay, thank you. Just like what you have said, do you know that your friend automatically have become an what I call it, an evangelist?
You really do. Video guy, you video and send them.
You see, and the bias now human error. So what His Excellency have succeeded in doing is that, when he say we want to push for our GDP from $4 billion to $30 billion, people were surprised. People were thinking maybe he will go to his oil company and bring $30 billion and put in Enugu State Pons. But he just came in and made us understand that these things is workable, and he's putting it, is practical. You could see it. Just I showed you one video somebody sent to me before we start this program. He came out from the bus, from the CNG bus, and said, "Biko, Pitamba, about 16 years, these are coming, these are organic feelings from people. It is not political for one to say that maybe they told the person to say that."
I think that 5,000.
No, the woman just came out from the bus and they are expressing themselves. So many of them don't even believe that. So, okay, let me even tell you what so many people don't know. That bus leaving from Nsukka to Enugu, somebody is seated at command and control center in government house watching it.
The movement.
The movement. So the security cameras are there. Not only that you have your comfort in that bus, but you're also secured. And the system how the bus operates is just like maybe when you are in UK, you book your bus, you get to bus terminal, you use your ticket, you enter your bus and you start going. So somebody in Nsukka now can come to work in Enugu and go back without any problem. What does that do to our economy? You see that people will now tend to move, to go and do ease of doing business. So that business activities will skyrocket because the transportation system is now affordable. What okay, na program is good for us, but I don't have 10,000 naira to transport myself to Enugu. But with the CNG bus, the person will get to Enugu, probably enter the program and meet his destiny helper. You know, so what His Excellency, what he has done in transport sector is so marvelous to us and is amazing. And it's not only bus terminal. Don't forget Enugu Air is there.
No,
I saw it.
we're gradually
I saw it where somebody Enugu Air landed in Imo Airport, Owerri Airport. You see, it's expanding, and then Enugu is taking that lead in development. So all courtesy of His Excellency Barrister Peter Ndubuisimba, and he will always tell you that he hasn't seen nothing, because what he's saying is true. In the course of one of our discussions, he was telling us that the rail system of Enugu, the whole Enugu, that they're almost done with the design and all that. So okay, being number 1, I'm not about going at 10. So sometimes all we do is just to follow his direction, because his level of reasoning is second to none. So the bus terminal is doing marvelously well to our economy. It is reducing stress. When people say Enugu is for the rich, Enugu is for the rich, I say they don't really understand it. You know, poverty is one thing that if you don't really handle it well, it can disorganize your reasoning. Because you can't tell me now that coming from Nsukka to Enugu, that used to be 3,500 to 4,000, and you are paying less than 2,000 naira. Is that not creating an enabling environment to Enugu self? What His Excellency, the governor of Enugu State, don't even want to have any poor person in Enugu. He wants everybody to move above that poverty level. At least let's have an average and above average people in Enugu. So that is what he's trying to do. If you check his agricultural program, if you check his medical program, the other day we were in your friend's house where when we flagged off declaration on gender violence, and I was telling them before the United Representative that His Excellency Barrister Peter Ndubuisimba is doing everything to reduce gender violence. Apart from the fact that he supports whenever there is gender violence issue, like the one that happened in Nsukka some time ago, it happened around, let's say it just happened now. In next 3 minutes, the Commissioner for Gender called me. As I was dropping the call, Her Excellency called me. As I was just dropping the call, the governor himself called me. So to tell you that these people are very, very active over what is happening in Enugu. And I also told them that this smart school he's building and type 2 health centers is building is going to go a long way to handle gender violence. Because sometimes what causes gender violence, once there is no school fees, once there is no money for drugs, and you see the man reacting, the woman will be telling him, you are not man enough, you are not this. But imagine where we have a school system that from 0 to JSS 3, you're going to school free of charge. The school, the university, the school is giving, state government is giving you free food a day, one meal a day. They are giving you a school uniform. You get free school uniform. You know, sometimes when I came across one video where somebody was criticizing smart school, and I looked at it. I said, sometimes people tends to play politics with everything. Even if it is Julius Berger that is building 260 smart school, there must be some structural issue. That is why you have site engineer, source in that site. But our people will come and play politics with everything. I want to tell you, in the next 20 years, the crime rate in Enugu State will drop to 0. You know why? Because the foundation of what His Excellency is laying, by the time kids are well taught in the school, they will understand the value of their life. They will understand the need to live. They will desist from drugs and all that thing they are doing. Because they say idle's mind is devil's workshop. As you are seated here now, somebody cannot come and call you, Dr. Chanoke, let us go to this place and cause trouble.
They can do Yahoo.
One, you have built a name, you have integrity, to protect. So what is the foundation His Excellency is laying? It is very, very wonderful that in next 10 to 15 years, you find out that an average Enugu child will be a world-class child, in the sense that those things that our people traveled abroad to get, they will get it starting from birth. So that is what His Excellency is doing for the Enugu. So I was telling them that if by His grace you see that you are attending school free, then the medical bills are free, then why will you now start fighting with your husband? If you are fighting, it will be for another thing, but that side has been reduced drastically. So you find out that His Excellency's program is a complete circle. You know, it connects to every other department. He's not taking it, let's do health, another person should come and do education. He's doing everything, knowing fully well that in education, in governance, all those things needs to marry together to have at least a very sound, functionable governance.
Okay, let me just, before the commissioning of the bus terminals and the rolling out of the 100 buses, Enugu Air was first of all commissioned and flagged off.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure you saw what was on the internet.
Mm.
The minister said it was an elitist program,
Okay.
that the governor had no love
For the poor.
for the poor.
Okay.
Now, he just rolled out the buses,
Okay.
and now he has commissioned the terminals.
Yeah.
Not only do you have in Enugu the intra-city terminal, you have the intercity terminal.
Yeah.
In Holy Ghost 1 and 2.
So yeah.
Then you have in Gariki, you have in Adokpa,
Yeah.
and then you have in Nsukka.
Okay.
Now, speak to these people
Yeah.
who, before now, say it was an elitist government. What would they say now?
No, you won't blame our people. Let's tell ourselves the truth. The whole thing is like film. You know where we were before now, and the whole thing is just happening back to back. And the funny thing is that the CNG buses, and anybody saying that the governor is just doing for the elite is not being fair. Because these bus terminals were first constructed before even Enugu Air. The CNG buses.
Exactly, it was not commissioned. It was an audio
project. Before CNG buses, before the Enugu Air arrives, the CNG buses were all packed at Opera Square. You know, one thing I appreciate.
I think it was a refurbished bus now. Because it was not moving.
It was not moving. You know, one thing I appreciate about His Excellency Barrister Peter Ndubusimba is that he's a man that set out his target and his program and follow it. There is no pressure you give him to cow him to jump what he's supposed to do to be doing another thing. If they're talking about the refurbished bus, okay, let's even assume now that after these 100 buses, these new CNG buses, the government can be able to get the old buses and refurbish it and put it to use. Are we not now celebrating that Hotel Presidential was reconstructed?
Yeah.
So are we not happy? So are we to discard it? If he did not discard the Hotel Presidential, if he did not discard the ICC Center, why refurbishing a bus now be a problem? It shouldn't be a problem. If they have buses to refurbish, we will even advise him to refurbish it instead of buying new one, because the money you use to buy one can refurbish 10. The end point is, will this vehicle convey me from Nsukka to Enugu or from Enugu to Abakpa? So if there is a refurbished bus among the new ones that was bought, I think any right-thinking person will welcome that, because His Excellency knows the value of money, and he knows that whatever will make Enugu State to save money and do the right thing, it is one of the causes all the chief executive goes through. What they don't understand that, irrespective of being a governor, this is an international chief executive officer, because he's floating an international business. Like I normally tell people, you know, our people, it's just because he's from Enugu, he's not Pitamba, our brother, and Kanu here. They forgot that apart from the likes of Aliko Dangote, them, the next big guy standing in oil and gas firm is Barrister Peter Ndubusimba. I've been in NNPC close to 20 years now, so I understand what it means. You understand me? I know his value, I know his worth. I know the sacrifice he's making for Enugu. I normally tell them now, Oya na tavra nyara meeting biabidu.
Okay, before we take a break, let's end up with Peter back.
Mm.
You just mentioned you just like you were poking me when you talked about hotels being booked in Enugu.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, it's not only let me bust your bubble.
Yeah.
It's not only hotels that are booked in Enugu.
Okay.
Like what happens abroad? Many people are giving out their rooms.
Yeah.
Do you know that they happen in Enugu as I speak
Yes,
to you?
yes,
Many
yes.
people are renting out their spare rooms.
Their spare room
Because people who have come into Enugu,
is massive.
they are looking for space they can't find.
Yeah.
So if you have a comfortable house and they have one or two, it happens in Germany or other places you travel, you see a family giving out one or two of their rooms.
Yeah.
So people, it's happening in Enugu as I speak to you now.
Okay.
Because Enugu is overflowing with people.
Yeah.
Now, the that MBA conference has started. Somebody passed through Okra Square saying, "What is happening in Okra Square?"
Yeah.
But that is the different. The international Square cannot contain what is happening.
Yeah.
So Okra Square is there.
Yeah.
The garden by the side is also being taken over.
Right.
When Governor Peter Mbah talked about disruptive innovation, how do you link what is happening today now to his speech, just like 22 years ago?
Yeah. Okay. I think I can say that this is a man that came with a clear vision and mission. You're talking about people occupying rooms in Enugu. Almost the whole hotel in Nsukka is also affected.
Not mad everywhere.
Everywhere, because people know that CNG buses are there and there is security there. You know, lawyers sometimes they analyze things. One of my friends, I said, "Are you not going to Enugu?" He said, "No, he came down from Abuja. He's in one of the hotels. He wants to see his siblings. That he have booked all his CNG bus tickets so that every day that he will just come from his hotel, enter the CNG bus, have a look." So yesterday he was telling me, "Wow." It was just reminding him when you are traveling from, maybe if you are in abroad, when you take that the National Express buses, you see all those farms and the forest. So he was telling me how happy he was. So even what he did is not only affecting Enugu, is also affecting all the states, Nsukka inclusive. Like what you said, disruptive governance is exactly what His Excellency is doing. Let me even tell you the one you didn't know. There are some smart Enugu boys that went to one of the hotel owners was telling me. They went ahead. The guy went ahead, booked almost all the hotel rooms and paid. And he's selling it times two. He created a site. And the man was telling me, they are selling my room, so they are selling it 60,000. They are selling it 70,000. Are you sure it's all Yahoo people? I now asked him, the room, have they booked for it? He said, yes, they booked for it last 3 weeks. You see how smart some people are? They just came down. Well, so what His Excellency Peter Ndubuisimba is doing, he's just creating an environment where the man that owns the hotel, they came and booked all his hotel for 3 days. He was happy. He never knew that a man that don't have any hotel, that just had his brain, but His Excellency have created an enabling environment where that his brain will now function and fetch him money. Came and rented that rooms, paid 30,000. And before the man very eyes, he saw his hotel being advertised that this room, they have comfortable rooms in Enugu for 60,000. Rush now. So that is destructive governance, where there is an enabling environment where you can use your brain and make out money. There's a whole lot of things His Excellency have done to Enugu that if we start discussing, it is some. Are we talking about Enugu City, where you see people, all these realtors will discuss with the agencies that are in charge. They'll give them some to go and market. So what His Excellency is just trying to do is so amazing. I just pray that God will keep him, and then so that he will finish what he's doing for Enugu and move to the next step, because I know Enugu is just a stepping stone for him.
Okay, if you listen to us and you are watching us, my guest is still Engineer JUDE ASOGWA, Executive Chairman of Nsukka Local Government. Enough of His Excellency the Governor.
Yeah.
We'll take a short break.
Okay.
When we come back, Mayor,
we'll
focus on what are you doing? What have you been doing to complement
What
the
is
good
it?
work of the governor. That's not new, not
Agbara.
we are not making it.
No.
Don't change the dial. We'll soon be back. Let's play some bills. Watching Freedom Square Live on Slow 100.9 FM. And my guest is still Engineer JUDE ASOGWA, Executive Chairman of Nsukka local government. In the past 1 hour, he has spoken variously to why the governor has visited Nsukka 3 times in 1 month. He has also spoken to the fact of the monumental infrastructure, human capital development that the governor has brought to Nsukka local government. He had also spoken to the effort the government had made to translate dead projects in Enugu to living projects. He has spoken to the back conference ongoing on, and now we want to concentrate. Yes, the governor is doing well. Is JUDE ASOGWA doing well? Is he copying his Oga, or is he going the opposite direction of his Oga? Normally, when I invite somebody for a program, I do a background check. And I try to look at the road infrastructure that has happened in Nsukka since he became chairman.
Yeah.
I looked at the water project. I looked at the electricity project. I looked at the human capital project.
Yeah.
And then I looked at the various committees. To all of them.
Yeah.
Because it means he is not. They talk about power and electricity. You talk about this village that I've never seen like in their entire lifetime.
Yeah.
And there is another one that I've never seen water.
Yeah.
I'm told that if they go to fetch water, they go in the morning, they come back in the evening.
Exactly.
And they don't travel anymore.
Yeah.
I'm not the chairman of Nsukka local government. He will speak to those projects. So, Mayor, welcome back.
Okay.
Let's have road infrastructure.
Okay.
Well, I attended the University of Nigeria for my first degree and my master's.
Yeah.
At the time, it was MBAH'S and Nsukka was trouble.
Yeah.
Not long ago, I had the privilege of being a guest to the chairman of the State Rulers Council. I was in Nsukka for about 3 days.
Yeah.
And then I saw a big change. So what have you done in the road infrastructure in that place? In fact, it was so that the governor had to come and commission.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, thank you, the moderator. What we have done is just like we are trying to replicate what His Excellency is doing in Enugu State. It might not be at the same size or speed because I don't have the same capacity.
You're not yet a prof.
I'm not yet a prof of governance. So, but what we are trying to do is just to make sure that we replicate what His Excellency is doing. Like when somebody says His Excellency have visited 3 times in a month, His Excellency don't just stand up and start visiting. There are some things that will make him to visit, and for you to have Your Excellency in your local government, you need to have that can pull a performing governor. So by His grace, we are trying our best to make sure that in road infrastructure, in other fields, like even before he commissioned that road, when we came on board, we noticed that the double lane, from OP to Nsukka, inside Nsukka, some portions were failing, and we know that the Nsukka people, there is this adage in the Bible as an NGO can wait, to maintain is far much better than getting a new one. So we moved into action immediately to maintain that road, make sure that from that road, total roundabout to P Junction, we maintained it. Then from total roundabout again to UNM first gate, second gate to Beach Junction, and ended before Old Carolina, we made sure that those roads were well fixed. There was this particular pothole that when we came, just around the borehole, they told me, that place, you can't fix it too, that if you finish fixing it, it will spoil. There is one oracle, whereas one shrine, if you finish fixing it, I say no problem. Let's fix it now. By his grace, I think the whatever is there have seen that we have done a good job. We have not spoiled. I understand. So we made sure that we got that place fixed, because the road, the dual, this thing is a bit narrow. So once you have any issue there, that means you stop every other person from moving. But we're happy that today that road is moving. And you know one thing with our people, because people have a whole lot of engagement and a whole lot of things to do. Once you solve that problem, 1 week, 2 weeks, everybody forgets about it. The next problem should face, and I always tell my people that is what we are here to do.
Yes.
We are here to provide solutions to our people's problem. So we are doing our best in road infrastructure, just like what I explained earlier about the Road His Excellency Commission. We came on board. We felt that there is no way we can be going to office. We don't have road leading to local government secretariat. We don't have road. This road connects all the offices, both INEC, police station, DSS, road safety headquarters, prisons, and local government itself, and almighty Adada. So we had to make sure we fix that road, so that at least people coming there can have there will be free flow of traffic. So we have other routes we are embarking on. We have other routes we are flagged off, like that of Leja, that of Nguru, Edobara, Leja. It's about 5.6 kilometer road. It's a very massive project. We are embarking on it by His grace. All these things is just, I believe, it's just the willpower and the determination to do it. So we're embarking on that. There's other roads like Amaji, Umakashi Road, and Odoro Road. They're all there. We're embarking on all those roads. So when you come to water, as you just mentioned,
yes,
we are providing water for people like the community. I told you some time ago that before we came on board, they never had water. For you to have water, you spend a whole day going to fetch water. But we're able to come in, open up the access road that leads to the place, then make sure they have water. Then along their places, we have a serious erosion around that ledge opposite St. Michael's, St. Raphael's Catholic Church, So when the thing happened, my team was telling me, is this not ecological? They call minister of this. I say, an average Nsukka man doesn't know all these things you're saying. All they know is that their road is bad.
Now we're not ecological.
Fix the road. Chairman is close, and then Koyagapo, chairman. So we don't need to wait. If we can do it, let us try and do the much we can do. The thing there is that we also talk to our people to always work with us. It is very, very important that we work. I have so many good Nsukka people that will always call you, Mayor, see this one, see. You say thank you, and you look at, because governance and all this is everybody's business. Some will just be looking out to see where you will fail, and they will report that he has failed. But a large number of Nsukka people, they will call you, they will text you. Sometimes when I go to chapel, I thank God, because I'm beginning to see that what we are doing is more of like everybody wants us to work, everybody wants us to succeed, and the few that are not happy are still doing their little things to see how they can thwart the whole thing. But what I inform them, I always tell them that what is in Enugu now is Enugu L. The earlier you enter, the better for you, because once the flight takes off, you're on your own. So we are doing practically a whole lot to make sure that we serve our people well. There is this program we are doing, one community, one project. We have given out, at least by now, we should be giving out up to close to 10 or thereabout transformers to community. We are doing boreholes. Most of the markets in our place that we are not, like imagine where people have markets, there's no light, there's no water, there is no toilet, and then people come to that place by 7 and leaves by 6 or 5, you find out that they spend a whole lot of a bigger amount of their lifetime in that market. So you should make that place to be very comfortable for them. Like the people who provided light for, we are doing borehole for them. So we have a whole lot we are doing for our people, and we'll keep doing more. All we are asking our people is that what we just need is their cooperation. What we need is their support. We have come to serve them. As I always tell them, we didn't come to play politics. When the time of politics reach, we'll play politics. But for now, let us make sure that we put things in order. Just last week, somebody discovered a lady that graduated with first class in University of Nigeria, Nsukka, and for 10 good years, the lady doesn't have a work, doesn't have a job. I'm telling you. Do you know her discipline? First class in local government administration. And for 10 good years, he didn't have job. Immediately I heard it. I said, please, one, bring her. She will be my essay on local government administration. She will be an essay on administration to the chairman of local government. And we immediately gave him a scholarship to do her master's immediately, because I was just feeling bad. Imagine 10 years lost. First class material. And what the lady was doing is that she was in her father's family house, teaching children, teaching them how to speak English, how to do this. I am telling you. So it was so. I felt so emotional that even in that mix of that, somebody would just be like, and that is why all this Yahoo boy will see, they say school na scam, school na scam. But I just made bold to tell them that school is not scam, because destiny delayed is not a denier. Delay is not denier, because right now she's essay. She also have masters. She also have her masters being sponsored by us. We also had a lady, the best graduating student in pharmacy in UNN. She came. We're also taking up on that one. Well, I have other things we are doing, like I have essay to chairman on people on special needs. The young man was seeing before now. All of a sudden, my eye is scratching me. My eye is not scratching me. Put this one, and the guy went blind. If you hear this guy speak, you shed tears. So, and I told him, don't worry, that you're not seeing does not really mean that you are not capable. Some are seeing, but there are some hidden challenges that are having that you don't know. So I made him essay to chairman on people with special needs. I also made a program for them where at least every month we'll be supporting them. Because you could see, irrespective of that thing that I feel people that they don't have, they're striving to do ability and disability, right? That is just the perfect word. So we are doing a whole lot, and we keep doing much. In Nsukka local government, I will tell you that as big as Nsukka local government is, we don't have Corpus Lodge.
So Corpus, where they give on that? Where did they stay?
They just to your tent, O Israel. So these are the basic things we're striving hard to put in place. So it is not, and Nsukka being the headquarters of Enugu North Senatorial Zone, an average Enugu North Senatorial Zone man, they are all living in Nsukka. At least 80% are living in Nsukka. If they are not living, they were born and bred in Nsukka. They schooled in Nsukka. So Nsukka is just a community of its own. So it is like you're taking almost everybody on board to make sure that you put things in order. So the assurance we are giving our people is that we are doing our best, and we keep doing our best, and we keep appealing to our people to support the government of His Excellency Barrister Peter Ndubuisi and the government of Engineer JUDE ASOGWA.
Last week or thereabout, 2 weeks ago, Nsukka for 65 good years got a professor. Vice Chancellor of University of Nigeria, Nsukka.
Yeah. For
65 good years that university was established, we had the first indigenous Vice Chancellor, when even the 80% of the professors in that university are from Nsukka. We have College of Professors, Nsukka Professors Association. We have College of Professors. But with the help of His Excellency Barrister Peter Ndubisimba and his friend Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the President of Federal Republic. I call him his friend because he visited Enugu. The President of Federal Republic visited Enugu. And before everybody, he said, Your Excellency Barrister Peter Ndubisimba, you are my friend, irrespective of political affiliation. So for a president to publicly declare that someone is his friend, it's not a child's play. It was from a president is a command now. So him and his friend helped us to break that curse, because to me, I see it as a curse for 65 good years. And Nsukka man
Now is a blessing.
Now is a blessing, a very sound blessing, and we are celebrating him. So these are the things that make us say that 2027, no vacancy. We are not talking politics. We are stating the facts.
Okay. Security.
Yeah.
When you're talking about what the governor has done and is doing, you talked about his uncommon disruptive innovation and security.
Yeah.
What are you doing to supplement what the governor is doing?
Good. What we are doing to supplement what governor is doing is that when we came on board, we find out that our security system, the local security system, are not that strong. We have police that are doing their best. You know, in security, this thing, I'm not holding brief, but if you check, police is the worst hit.
Yeah, they are targets.
They are the targets. They are retiring. They are dying, and I don't think there is they have a whole lot on them. So what we now did when we came on board is that we came and set up a neighborhood watch where we said out of 52 communities, we have close to 60 communities, but we're taking those ones that already have an existing traditional ruler.
Okay.
Out of those 52 of them, we are going to set up 10 neighborhood watch per community. It's a whole lot. We have 520 security personnel who are paying, and we have trained them, and we are still going to train them again. Then we are going to do another training again. And what we did is that we made sure they work hand in hand with the security agency to make sure that whatever His Excellency is doing, we are complementing it. We also procured what we call 2 Phantom 4 drones. So once there is any kidnapping on Nsukka, it must happen in a community. We only need to alert the neighborhood watch in that community, and we'll move in with the drones. With other technology gadgets we use to find out the person, once the person call, where did the last person the person call?
Yeah, there are too many committees, but I'm going to ask you one last before we maybe open the talk lines, what you call the Community Projects Committee. Some time ago in Enugu, there was something we call Visit Every Community.
Yeah.
Like you're going to replicate it in Nsukka.
Yes.
So what has this committee been able to do?
And what this committee did is that they were able to visit all the communities and get the feedbacks. We asked them, what do you want us to do for you? Just tell us 3 things. So from that 3 things, we'll now choose the one we can do, and then the most important one based on priorities. So this committee went to the 52 communities in Nsukka local government and got input of what they want us to do for them. The ones we do on our own, we do. The ones we cannot handle on our own, we escalate it to state to partner with the state to do that same thing. We also do it to be getting feedbacks from the communities. We want to have direct link to the people, because to us, governance is all about the people. You understand? And you cannot, sometimes government will be, through their own investigation, put 1 or 2 projects based on what you want. They have that right to do it. But we can also approach you and say, okay, what do you want? There's a place we went to. They said they had a borehole, but for like 10 years, the borehole is not functioning. So what we did is that we just went there. We'll find out that what happened is that the borehole was installed. It's a 3-phase borehole, but what they had there is single phase. So all we did, because the committee have gone to find out, all we did was just to put do some rural electrification to get to that borehole point, bring a 3-phase down to that place. The committee also, they work with, I also have abandoned property committee.
Yes, I saw that.
So the committee, their job is to go from local ward to ward, community to community, to find out government projects that have been abandoned. Because there is no government project that does not come with good intention.
Yep.
It might be abandoned because of the time he didn't meet up, or maybe because of constraining resources. So we have identified one, like there was 2 transformers were energized in Leja. We did some rural electrification. That transformer was installed. Government installed that transformer in the year 2012. And since 2012, brand new transformer, 2 transformers have been lying fallow. So the committee went there and found that this thing, we have energized it, and they're serving the 2 communities. So what we try to do, the committees, is just to find out and also engage our people. We also have other ones who do seminars for our people to understand that it is not about JUDE ASOGWA. If you don't like JUDE ASOGWA, like what he's doing, because if JUDE ASOGWA puts water in your community, you drink the water, you use it to wash your clothes. It is not, it is for you as a citizen. It is your right. I have come to serve you. Forget me as a person. Work with me as your servant leader that I have come to say, let me do what you want. Yes, people will play politics, people will do all what not. But what we are pleading with our people is, please, let's work as a team. Let's work as one big family that we are.
Okay, on that, please, let's work as a team, as one big family that we are. We want to thank once again the mayor of Nsukka local government. Let me tell you, it's not easy to come here. Some people, they run. They say, you should embarrass people. I said, no. When you have market, you will tell them.
Exactly.
Because you see, you didn't exhaust what you have.
Yeah, exactly.
I have a record of what you have.
Yeah.
And then you feel very often to come here and talk to them. You're not afraid to embrace the people. You're not afraid to talk to them.
Yeah.
That is accountability. That's transparency. That's traceability.
Yeah.
That's what the governor is doing.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what they are doing.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I know
No problem.
because we helped elect in the studio.
Everything makes it into the headlines, but we bring you the full story. Join Uchenna Cyril Anyoke, a renowned media personality and former president of the Nigerian Publishers Association, as he unpacks the real issues behind the news. From politics to public policy, economy to human rights, nothing is off limits. Expert guest, in-depth conversation, local and global perspective. New episode every week on Facebook and YouTube. Watch now on Freedom Square TV. Follow for updates and behind the scenes clips. Beyond the headlines, beyond the news.